I have been president for almost 3 years now. In that time, I have used it to do what's best for this country. Since my administration began, we have rebuilt the immigration system of the United States, and we have made the economy stronger than it has ever been before. We have increased jobs, we have increased our productivity, and we have increased our power in the world. We have made sure that this country is safer than anywhere else in the world, and we have made sure that every citizen in this country is in the best position they can be. Every day in my office, I make sure that this country will be in the best position for its future. And I will continue to do that throughout the rest of my term.
And Mr. President, you have obviously time to respond here, but I want to change that question just a little bit. Your administration has at times denied that climate change is real, and at other times said that it is real, but out of our control. So which is it, and what should we be doing about it?
I would state this. It is real, but it is out of our control. Our country is not the one that is producing the most pollution in the world. That would be China. My administration has made sure that China has less power in the world. And saying to what Mrs. Warren has been saying, the Green New Deal would not help with anything. All it would do would hurt our economy, which would make it so that we cannot be as powerful in the world and help China not pollute as much. The fact that she brings up that the Green New Deal will create jobs ignores the fact that it destroyed millions of jobs in the fuels industry.
China, although China is a world leader, they typically rely on mostly coal emissions, and our New Deal would cut coal emissions by a significant amount. But although those jobs would be lost, these people would be able to then pick up jobs that would be related to the Green New Deal and allow for electricity and other forms of renewable energy that wouldn't rely on coal mining.
Mr. President, so far this year, 2,482 people have been killed with guns, and that's just in Chicago. In the United States, experts expect that we'll surpass 30,000 gun-related deaths this year. Your administration has done little to address this issue. Why?
We have indeed addressed the issue, but that's the reason that many say we haven't is because they don't actually see what the true issue is. A lot of people who say that are in the delusion that guns create the violence, when in fact it is the criminals who possess them. My administration has made sure to increase police availability to arrest criminals, and have indeed increased the ability to take down people with guns. We have also made sure that arresting and charging people who've committed crimes so they will not be able to get out of and commit another crime in the future.
The Harvard School of Public Health reported mass shootings occur on average, every 64 days. Our mission as the Warren campaign team is to implement stricter restrictions on gun laws and require more documentation to ensure safety is applied. Our plan would require background checks and raise the minimum age to buy a firearm to 21 years old.
I would respond to that by saying many of those things have been tried in many places, including Chicago, which is a place controlled by Democrats like Mrs. Warren. That hasn't stopped the Chicago problem.
Senator Warren, the president says that this is the result of Democrats' approach to guns. Is this accurate?
I would say that his statements would be false, as he has known to spread false news, but it is not created by Democrats, as Democrats typically want to have restrictions on gun law.
Mr. President, do you have a response?
I'm not saying it's exactly the gun responsibilities. That has no effect on what actually happens. The accountability that's behind it is the fact that Democrats don't actually want to punish the criminals that commit gun violence, that will go on to commit gun violence, the background checks will do nothing if they are still out on the streets.
Okay, I have just one final question for you, and this concerns impeachment. And actually, I want to ask the president a question, and then I'd like to ask the senator a question. Mr. President, how is asking a foreign leader to dig up dirt on the leading Democratic presidential candidate not collusion?
It is not collusion because it wasn't digging up dirt. It was a legitimate investigation into possible crimes that could have been committed by Hunter Biden. It's not a crime because it's not collusion, because it is a legitimate thing that happened. He had that prosecutor fired. That needs to be looked into.
Well, in all likelihood, you're going to be impeached in the coming weeks. Whether or not you'll be removed from office is the question. But I'd say the odds are that you'll be impeached. How can we expect that you can govern with this hanging over your head?
I can govern with this because the Democrats have been threatening impeachment ever since I walked into my office. I've been able to govern successfully since then. I'll be able to govern successfully after they attempt to do that again.
Senator, should the president be impeached and removed from office?
That's not my decision to make.
Oh, but you're a senator.
I'm a part of the decision. It's not my decision.
Yeah, I mean, but is there enough evidence to remove him from office at this point? I mean, you've heard
Currently
it.
being investigated.
So you're not willing to answer that question yet? I'll take that as a no. All right. Time for closing remarks. Senator Warren?
So, again, I come to you today as the daughter of a janitor, a daughter who believes in an America of opportunity. The hand of history is on our shoulders. We know how to build a future that works not just for some of our children, but for all of our children. We know, and we must have the courage to make it happen.
Again, I've been sitting in the Oval Office for almost 3 years now. And for these past 3 years, I've had a plan. And it's not just any plan, it's a plan that has worked. It is my hope that with a second term, I can continue this plan and keep America in its position as #1 in the world.